Trump is beefing with China again and is messing with our money, is messing with our coins, is messing with our pockets. Now, before I dive into that, I just wanted to kind of break down exactly what happened today, and then we'll relate that to what exactly happened in the market and in the stocks. And then we're going to talk about how I can change your future, change your life if you're not invested in the stock market at all. All right, so earlier today, Trump posts on Truth Social caused a market sell-off after he threatened a massive increase on tariffs of Chinese imports. He also suggested canceling planned meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The post came in response to new trade restrictions announced by Beijing on rare earth minerals. Now, these rare earth minerals are very important. Around 70% of the global supply of rare earth minerals come from China. These minerals are essential for high-tech industries, including automobiles, defense, and semiconductors. And what has really boosted the stock market this year and previous years? AI, the tech industry, semiconductors. So that's why this is very, very sticky situation that we're in. Now, this all happened during the market was trading, and this morning, even a little bit before the market opened. Now, post-market, following the market's close, President Trump stated he would impose a new tariff of 100% on imports from China, quote, over and above any tariff that they are currently paying, end quote, starting on November 1st. In addition, the U.S. on that same date also would impose export controls on, quote, any and all critical software, end quote. So that's a lot to unpack, but just know that China is really playing games and in Trump's administration's eyes, and he really thinks that they're trying to take advantage, and they've really been planning this for years, and now they find this is an opportunity for them to attack, and Trump is not happy with that. You know how he is. He's very reactive. He's not like a typical president. His demeanor is kind of really like petty, right? And a lot of people were saying that the comments that he was saying on social media earlier, they were just, threats. He wasn't really going to do anything. They called it gorilla dust. Like a gorilla's banging on his chest and banging on the ground, and there's dust coming up, but there's not a whole lot of action. It's just intimidation. That's gorilla dust. Well, after the market closed, Trump said, all right, I got your gorilla dust. Here comes these tariffs. I'm about that action. I mean business. So it's interesting to see how this is going to unfold. But while this is going on, remember, we'll just take a look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 is a group of the biggest and greatest companies in the market. Remember, S&P 500 took a major dip really from February until April, where we got that bottom in April. It was right around my birthday, to be quite honest. And then we had this massive ride up. I believe it's just a matter of time. We get through this. Hopefully, Trump and Xi Jinping have conversations with one another, and this doesn't escalate to the point where it was earlier this year. But time will tell on that. But in the meantime, I believe it's time for us to pay attention and to take advantage of this. And what do I mean about taking advantage? I mean putting money to work. Scared money don't make money. This is opportunity. Some stocks may be on sale right now. But we're going to do something that is very easy. And I know it's very scary to invest when the market is down and is bleeding. It kind of goes against what our mind is programmed to do. But the best time to invest is when the market is bloody, the market is down, then you can ride it back up. You have to have a long-term approach. So with that being said, we're going to take a look. We're just going to go over exactly what happened today. We're going to go over the scoreboards. We're going to go over the indexes. And then I'm going to tell you exactly how we can get into the market safely with not a whole lot of stress. And to be honest, not a whole lot of research. We just have to invest in the right spots. Okay. But before we get into the scoreboard, I wanted to highlight, if you're not aware, I have a Patreon. A link is in the description of this video. You can also go to my page. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share with your friends, family, everybody. Join my Patreon. It's a free online community where I talk about stocks and such and just give you guys relevant information pretty much each trading day and try to post a video every single day. Okay, much like the video you're watching now. That is all for free. Now, if you really want to get busy with me, you like what you hear, you like the setup, only $10 a month, you'll be able to see exactly the trades that I make. And as far as options contracts and long-term investing. Long-term investing, I've had multiple companies that I invested in. Those shares hit 100%, meaning I doubled my money. You take that money out if you choose to, or you let it ride. If you take that money out, you let your profits ride, and then you invest and find something else to invest in. It's just a rinse and repeat cycle. And we do the same thing with our options. Okay? If you're not familiar with options, but you want to know how to trade options, let me tell you the reason why you should learn how to trade options. You can take a little bit of money, invest in some of these larger companies, expensive companies, for a fraction of the cost. Say if you wanted to buy 100 shares of Apple. Right now, Apple is $245 a share. If you wanted to buy 100 shares of Apple, it'll cost you over $20K. If you wanted to rent 100 shares of Apple, it will cost you a fraction of that, and you can generate passive income, unlimited amount of passive income if you play the game right by learning options. And within this playlist on YouTube, you can check out my options training course. They teach you for free. And then if you really want to dive in, again, you can join our Patreon. It's only $10 a month. I guarantee we provide $10 of value to you. We show you our trades in real time, show you how we're getting busy, show you exactly how we're making money, exactly when we're doing it. Okay, so let's get back to the markets. I like to call them the scoreboards, the three major indexes. They kind of show you the picture exactly what's going on in the market. Well, all three major indexes are bloody red. All indexes are bloody red. Those three major ones, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow, all red. S&P down 2.71% today. That's a big move. NASDAQ down over 3.5%. That is a substantial move. And the Dow is down just under 2% for the day. Now, this sell-off is likely, unless there's some type of tweet and there's some type of reconciliation between the two parties, we're probably likely to see more of a sell-off here in next week, come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, moving on. But the good thing is we do have earnings starting next week. Financials are reporting next week, some of the big banks. So that could, if we have good earnings, boost the market back up, and maybe we'll find a little bit of a bottom. Okay? Some of the major companies that we follow, and then major keys, major themes of why this bull market has been going so high. Nvidia down 4.85% for the day. Amazon down 5% for the day. Meta down just under 4% for the day. Uber down shy of 3%. Google down 2%. Palo Alto down 3% for the day. Everybody's getting hit. Netflix, I thought was going to hold, down about 1% for the day. Robinhood down just under 9% for the day. So you might be asking, how in the world are you going to take advantage here? Well, what is the thing that's been moving the stock market forward? Tech. What is one way that you can play tech without picking individual stocks? Well, there's two indexes. You can play the Vanguard VOO. It just mirrors the S&P 500. You could buy that. It's trading at just over $600 a share. You can buy shares in there slowly, build up a nice little stash of shares there and just hold that long term. If you're not invested, this is a great time. If you already invested, this might be a great time to add on, right? Or the play I like even more, this is more tech heavy, is the QQQ, Invesco QQQ. It measures or mirrors the NASDAQ, the tech heavy NASDAQ. And so some of those expensive companies, if you don't want to buy shares of those expensive companies like your Netflix, your Metas, your Teslas, your Microsoft, buy shares of QQQ. They're cheaper than the VOO right now at $589.50. So that is a great way to invest in the market with a whole lot of stress eliminated. You're buying a basket of stocks rather than investing in an individual stock. Individual stock gets hit hard, your money's going to get hard. The QQQ or the VOO gets hit hard, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to hurt and not going to be as much of a substantial move as it would be if one of your individual stocks moved 5%. So that is our safe way to play. If you want to know exactly how we're going to take advantage of this dip, make sure you join the Patreon for free. And if you want to see and mirror our moves, just be mindful, we are not financial advisors. We're just sharing our experiences and our strategies. But if you want to see those moves and get in exactly when we get in and hopefully profit the same time we profit, you want to join that Patreon. It is $10 per month. You can get the link in the description. You can follow me on our socials on Instagram. You get the link there, or on Threads as well. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Don't let this get you down. This is just an opportunity to change your life.